Wow, very windy, but look at this, folks. Hey, stop making this whistling noise. Do I have thermocline now? Maybe a little bit of thermocline over here at 12 feet. Something is happening with the thermocline already, folks. They say the thermocline happens under 60 degrees, maybe around 55, 58 degrees. But this is the second year in a row I noticed this. I don't think the whole lake turns down at once, because I fish this lake a lot. I can tell you in the summer the thermocline was here and the line was very hard. So the thermocline move, if there is a thermocline at all, but maybe there is a little bit. I hope you guys can see it. Sorry, it's against the sun and it's windy. So some cold water came here and blurred up the thermocline. But I think some mix happened and some of the stuff from the bottom got churned, and that's why the bite is not good. Even when you find a few fish here, you cast close enough to them, they don't care. The bite is not good enough yet. This thing has to get, the whole thing has to get turned and then settle down, and then the bite will be fire. That said, I already fished the bank over there for about an hour and a half. It was a good bite, can't complain, but nothing but bluegill. And all of them at least 6 inches, but nevertheless, I'm gonna try to find some group of crappie here in the middle, just hanging somewhere, and have a little bit of a crappie bite. I just don't know what I'm gonna be able to cast in this wind. But when I find the fish, I will let you know. I think we can catch some crappie here again, folks. The crappie right now seems to be not in the deep, not in the shallow, nowhere close to a bank, but kind of right in the middle of the lake. And I have a suspicion, I have a hypothesis now that the lake turned a little bit, not all the way, but it turned a little bit, and right now the water quality is, the fish no likey, and they're just hanging somewhere where the water quality is better, and don't even think about feeding. I mean, if there is something right in front of their mouth, I'm sure they will eat it, but until all of this sediment settles back on the bottom, they're not gonna be active. That's my hypothesis anyway. It doesn't really fit the water temps because it's too early for that. But I don't know why else in October. I have prior years videos fishing the bank, crappie after crappie. Nothing on the bank right now. There is something that crappie no likey. There is fish here scattered though. I can tell you right away, when you fish like this without a brush and you're gonna be casting everywhere, and that's what I'm gonna be doing, the best thing is to grab the kitech right away and bomb it. Bomb it 60, 70, 80 feet and run it, because if you bomb it 80 feet and you drag it all the way here, 3, 5, 8 fish are gonna see it. But I'm gonna try the other rigs because I enjoy twitching more than running a swim bait. We're gonna try the other rigs a few times, especially when we have windows like right now, where the wind is a little bit weaker. But when the wind picks up, I'm gonna reach for Mr. Kitech behind me with the 2.0 number 8. And we're just gonna bomb it around and wait for a crappie. But yeah, I already recorded this morning a bluegill video that you probably saw. Didn't catch a single crappie, so I know this is a more boring scenery for you guys, but I want to catch a few crappie right now. 125.10, that was not a bad casting distance. That's far enough. Okay, fishing, man, still feels like a bluegill. If it is a bluegill, I'm not gonna cast the kitech, I gotta tell you. I gotta see a few crappie before I What's the point of casting Kitek to a bluegill that will grab the tail and rip it? Much better to use this tiny stretchy plastic that you can fish all day and still keep it when you go home. Man, that's a nice bluegill. I caught very few of those when I was fishing the bank. That is a nice one, folks. Judges? Okay, let's try to twitch as long as we can. And when the wind picks up, and it'll go 10, 12 today miles per hour. When the wind picks up, we're gonna do the Mr. Kitek swim bait thingy. Tapik. Now this might be our first Mr. Crappie. Yeah, very slow. I love this slow tug of a crappie. Man, this Suara XR today. That's the old one. I'm waiting to order the new one, even though I'm not gonna keep it. I can tell you right now, I'm telling you right now, I will buy the new Suara XR. I will review it and I will put it on my website. I don't have net today, do you know that? I left it because I went carp fishing. How are we gonna lift all of these crappie? This crappie is too big to lift, folks. I mean, it's not a slab, but I'm using very thin lines. Are we gonna be doing this all day? That's not fun. Boy, he ate this plastic deep when I tell you. I mean, look, this plastic gone. Rarely I see crappie eat so deep. Let's see if we can save Mr. Crappie, but fishing without a net here will be a problem. I even have the net handle, but not the net head. I took that off and my wife already washed it. That's a nice crappie. Oh, Tapik. This time I pulled the trigger because it was a good tap. Single solid tap. That's a Mr. Bluegill, I think. Come on, mister, show yourself. Man, they're tugging in this water. Might not have oxygen or might have some toxins from the bottom. And what is with you fish? Everybody is inhaling this plastic, folks. Look at this. Look at this again. Are we gonna be doing this all day now? Come on, bro. Tapik. Second nice bluegill. I gotta get the ruler here. Let me find the ruler. I'm curious. These are 8, maybe 8.5-inch bluegill. Both of them. It's a nice bluegill. Don't move. Soon, have you noticed there's 8.5-inch male bluegill? Have you ever told a bluegill not to move? What is the first thing that a bluegill does when you tell it not to move? Plop. Tapik. Ah, that was a baby bluegill maybe. Tapik. There is a man. Good bite here. Good bite here. It's not as pretty as fishing the bank, but quality is decent. He's about to throw it. These are the baby crappies that I'm used to catching. Let go. Yeah, this one we can lift without the net. Alright, folks. I tried my best, but it's too windy. I can't twitch properly. The wind is pulling the line more than I'm pulling the line. Here is the 2.0 number 8 with Mr. Kitek Now we can cast this any direction we want, even straight up against the wind, and still get some distance. Oh yeah, oh yeah, that went out there. If the wind dies down, I will switch back to the twitch. I thought I was gonna kill them with the kitek, with the extra distance and all. Oh, tap. That is one. Yeah, buddy. Finally one, Mr. Crappie. I got maybe 10 or 15 taps before I connect with this Mr. Crappie. Man, is this real smooth. The Vanquish 1000 SSS PG low gear ratio is perfect for pulling one of these swim baits. There we go. Because the 2.gram BG-1, folks, I gotta tell you, if you have one of these Daiwa reels with the 500 size body, Vuvius STSF or Arity STSF, I don't know if I would use these reels to pull a 2 gram BG-1 for 6 hours. It will feel fine to you, but 2 gram is that's a good jig. You add a 2-inch kitek behind it and you pull this for 6 hours. I would use at least a 1000 size reel for that. I think 1000 size like this Vanquish, or the 1000 size Vuvius, 1000 size body, I mean. Man, bluegill. Man, bluegill. Tap. Come on, not one crappie. There is something. I think it's a bluegill though. Yeah. Even here, there is some crappie. It's not like the morning, but most of the fish is bluegill. Oh, that's a baby crappie. Okay. I gotta tell you, if this fish was a bluegill of this size, the drag would have been like 9-inch bluegill will put on a show on YouTube. On this kind of rig, oh yeah, 9-inch bluegill, you're gonna hear some drag sizzling. But a 9-inch crappie, my gosh, it's like nothing. It's like, do I even have a fish? So tame. Tapik, there's one more. Same. Tapik from a baby crappie. Oh, this is not gonna be good. I don't want to be doing this all day, but I'm risking losing my jig. I don't care if I lose the fish. I'm risking losing the jig. That's a gorgeous 10-incher, but maybe he had a belly or something. I did try to lift it, but I heard like squeaking, the line squeaking through the guides. Wow, I found them. I found the crappie. There is fish. You don't need to find fish. But the bluegill, they keep tapping. And the wind, man. The wind, if anything, improved the bite. And you don't care about the wind with the 2.0 number 8 and a kitek. Can I lift this one? Yeah. You hear the wind going through the line. Yeah, you don't care. You're gonna bump this a long way, even from the bank. Yeah, the wind is getting yeah, something tapping, but that's not a big bluegill, small bluegill. Okay, we got something off the bottom, right in front of the boat. should be a bluegill, but you don't know. As Richard Jean says, you don't never know. When you're fishing, you don't never know. Yeah. I can't net you today. I can't net you. It's funny, I haven't lost one fish so far. Even though I cannot net them. Now it's dangerous, folks. It's dangerous. I'm gonna have to do the... come on, bro. It's easier to grab them for the gills than try to lip them for me. Wait, that's a good, fat, healthy 10-incher. If you fish from the bank and you don't have any other information, you should try to fish close to the bottom. Doesn't matter where the bottom is. If you don't know anything else, your best odds by far are fishing close to the bottom. Now when you fish only 5 feet deep or 4 feet deep, you can fish close to the bottom with a float, sometimes more effectively, because you don't need to run the jig very fast to keep it off the, off the bottom, of the snags, of the silt, of the leaves. Sometimes the bottom is kind of nasty, grass. You don't want to clean your jig after every cast. There's one. Feels like Mrs. Bluegill, not like Mr. Crappie. Let's see. Wind died down a little bit. If I'm gonna be dealing with these ladies over here, now that's a Mr. Bluegill. Let's switch to the twitcheroo again, because these guys they don't mix well with Kitex. Sometimes you catch them and you think, oh, you don't need a smaller, because then you show your buddy a picture. Look, 2-inch Kitex and a 6-inch bluegill ate it. Listen, anything can happen once or even twice. But if you wanna catch numbers, you can't be stupid. I can tell you that. You cannot be stupid if you wanna catch numbers. Let's try this one again. No, I cannot. But I'm not enjoying fishing in that much wind. It's kind of draining my energy. Okay, oh, there is one. When you cast close to a cooperative fish, it doesn't take very long. Yeah, good bend on the 6'8" Beleza UX super ultra light. Come here, buddy. He is just barely liftable. Problem is when you lift them, then you tear his mouth. Not when you fight him, because I barely put any force when I fight him. But when you lift him and your hook has such a thin wire, then on the lift is when you create a small tear in the mouth. Okay, there goes one of them. Yeah, and reeling the fish, then you really want a slow gear ratio. Who wants to reel a fish with fast gear ratio? Even if you want to, whatever they say, burn a lure, that's fine. I think the whole burning of a lure is, I've never seen that work in ultralight fishing. I don't want to talk about bass fishing. I still wouldn't burn lures if I was a bass angler. Just saying, for ultralight fishing, we don't really burn no lures. Okay, should be on the bottom now. Hey. Here we go. Didn't even hit the bottom. Didn't even hit it. Yeah, that was one cooperative fish. Some of them hit on the drop, and some of them take 3 hits. Here we go. Little one, that's why. Little ones can be kinda silly. They're fun to catch though. No. There's one. Oh, this one feels a little nicer, maybe. Maybe, man. Windy. I almost left, but the bite picked up with the wind. I always thought that if I have to choose between too windy and too calm, of course, with a little bit of breeze, it's perfect, but if I have to choose between too windy and too calm, I cannot lift this fish. I can hear the sound of the line. I choose too windy, folks. You're gonna catch more fish when it's too windy compared to too calm. And that is not specific to ultralight fishing. I've noticed that for carp fishing, catfishing, too windy is definitely better. It's much better than too calm. Schlop. Alrighty now. Yeah, it's incredible now. Right now it's incredible. Right now it's just better to be windy. And just work them with the swim bait. From the boat, I probably twitch the most. But if I fished from the bank, I would fish with swim bait the most. Only if you find a bed or something, you know where the fish is, or you have some brush, some information. Only then the numbers are better with twitching. If you know the fish is concentrated right here and you want to twitch it slow and tease them. But if you don't know nothing, you're just better off walk the whole bank with the swim bait, bomb it, and keep moving. You don't get a bite, keep moving. If there was fish, they would have hit a 2.0 number 8 with a kitek. I'm telling you. The wind died down a little bit. Let's give the twitch a chance, folks. Let's give the twitch a chance again. But I want this twitch because I want the sound of the Soiree XR. It's good to make a video with the old Soiree before we make a video with the new Soiree. Oh, sounds so good. Tap, 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 tap. I felt it. Yep, bluegill. That's why I couldn't catch them with the kitek. Them buggers was tapping, but not inhaling. Oh, it is a baby crappie. He fought exactly like a bluegill. Kind of jerky. This baby crappie didn't want to eat the kitek. Usually, doesn't matter how small the crappie is, they're always big enough and always ready to eat a kitek. Okay, tap, 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 tap. My goodness me, is it good to be me today? Yeah, the Presso Air AGS, as much as I love these belezas, is a more expensive blank. It feels more carbony, less resin. It feels a little bit crispier. Not much. If you told me it's not worth the extra money, I wouldn't start an argument with you. Depends how much money you make. If you have a ton of money, why not? It is worth the extra money. If you're struggling to make ends meet, absolutely it's not worth the extra money. So you can never win that sort of argument. But it is a little bit crispier, sensitive, and just, I don't know, less loss of signal. Let me put it like that, even though there is very little signal lost when you fish with the Beleza in the first place. But there is a tiny bit less signal lost when you fish with this thing. I'm not even saying that always you want the least signal loss possible. Some rods are so nasty that I don't care how sensitive they are. I just don't enjoy fishing with them. It can be sensitive if it doesn't have a comfortable handle, if it doesn't have a good sounding drag, if it doesn't have good guides. What is going on here? With the micro barb, so much struggle to unhook. Yeah, if I don't enjoy the rod, you can keep your extra signal loss. The only reason I think this is still a little bit better rod is I'm enjoying everything. The aesthetics, the beautiful guides, which are very rigid, the nicer blank. That's the only reason. If you give me one of these prototypes that have one nut here and one nut here and no handle, just blank, and the real seat is squeezed between two nuts, and then they put all of those micro guides that no knot can go between them. I don't enjoy these extreme kind of... I'm not fishing a tournament. You can keep your sensitivity to yourself. The only way I appreciate extra sensitivity is if the rod already has all of the prerequisites. All right, I need one more good cast. All right, I think this one is good enough. What happened here? This one is just good enough. Tap, tap, tap. Yeah, the bite died down, folks. Everything of any size was shown in the video, and this is the only thing left here. And I gotta tell you, it took me I don't know how many casts from the last fish to this fish, folks. That took a lot of casts. It's a small crappie. Yeah. Folks, I think we're gonna end it here. We definitely caught enough fish for a video, and I'm afraid to cast again, because if I don't end the video here, you don't know how these things go. It can take another 20 minutes for the next fish. The sun is out. I don't know what happened. The bite is not as good anymore. Not that I'm complaining. We still had a beautiful morning. I don't know which way to turn around to give you a good scenery. Look at this. Look at this. $400 rod now. I don't know about the reel. Used to be $200 reel. Now it's probably a $300 reel. We're talking about ridiculous prices now. Nevertheless, it's still a magic to fish. Thank you, Mr. Crappie. One last shot of the rig, folks, and I let you go. Yeah, this is it. Thank you guys for watching. See you soon. Bye bye, guys.